I forgot to tell y'all that I live in Georgia. I was born and raised in the Atlanta area, and I've been here my whole entire life. And so this estate sale was from my area last weekend, which would have been the last weekend of May. I've been going to a lot of estate sales lately. I pick up some things here and there, but this estate sale, I got everything here. And this. And this for $24. So I'm going to start out with these eyelets. I got these 2-pack of 600 eyelets. They are mini eyelets, and this is a pastel pack of blue, green, pinks, and yellows. And this is a pack of silver, bronze, pewter, those kind of colors. I like to use these on tags, in my junk journals, and on swaps, and send in Happy Mail on envelopes and things like that. I just really enjoy using eyelets when I'm crafting. So I'll get good use out of those. I also really racked up on the ribbon. I got all this ribbon, y'all, on spools, and they're really, really full. Can't tell you exactly how much is there, but there was so much ribbon, I just kind of had to pick and choose. I did get several of the same variety. So this ribbon is a white ribbon with red down the center, and that's a pretty full spool. I got the same pattern in, pink. This shows the pink, and I think I got a yellow as well. I did. And this is the yellow. Again, this one's probably has the most on it, but I'll get a lot of use out of those for wrapping around the journals, putting on page ends. I like to put them on pockets and envelopes as well. So those are really nice. Similar, but not with a color down the center. This has just this is a ivory with some, let's see if I can, it's got some texture down the middle, but it doesn't have a separate ribbon. But again, this is something that we use a lot of in junk journals. It's pretty full as well. So I was really, really happy to see those. I also got, in the ribbon department, some white, which can be used in a lot of different ways, similar ways that I just told you I use the others. You can also use your stamp pads, your Distress Oxides, and you can color these up. So if you have Distress Oxides in different colors, that's a great way to get some color on this ribbon when you add them to your junk journals. And then these two are the same, just different colors. These are, again, pretty full. This is a sheer ribbon with another ribbon layer attached to it, and it's got some gold flakes in it. So this will be really great, again, in terms of tying around the outside of journals for a closure. And I got this in yellow and blue. So I thought that was great find. In the ribbon department, I left lots of ribbon behind. This one has more of a silver center versus the gold. So I'm happy with those. Also got some random ribbons as well. This wide white lace, again, you could use your Distress Oxides to color this, or you could tea dye it. I've done that before and it works well. Pretty good bit, but not near as much as the other ones were. And I got this red, white, and gold. This will be perfect on some Christmas journals. So I think that it's not a very big piece, but I can definitely use that. And finally, the last piece of ribbon I think I got, ribbon related, was this kind of funky rainbow gold. I don't really know what it's made out of, but I think this will be a good tie for some type of journal in the future. Who knows? We'll find some use for it. Maybe Christmas because of the gold aspect of it. So that's all my ribbon finds. Then I got a slew of doilies. So many doilies. Got some small ones. These are the same. This one, I don't think any of them are handmade, but I definitely use doilies on covers. I've never used them on a page, but you could really adhere this to a page or even sew it on a page and it would be really pretty. I think this would be really pretty around the outside, and you could cut it down, or you may even be able to use that as a closure with a button. That would be really pretty for that one. I got some rectangular longer ones. I got 2 of these. And then my medium size ones. This one's a little thicker and this one's quite a bit thinner. I really thought this one was pretty. Won't add a lot of bulk to the journal, which is nice. We have a couple of these. Oh, they're different. I thought they were the same. Again, thinner. I really like that. It's easy to work with. And then this one's a little bit thicker, but can still be used. This is more oblong. Again, could go around the spine of the journal. Work real nice for that. And then these are some bigger ones. I don't use a lot of bigger ones, but I thought they were pretty and I thought, why not throw them in? This was a pickers sale. So the lady, when we went in, she gave us a basket and she said, put everything you want in the basket, come back up to me and I'll give you a price. Nothing was individually priced and this house was packed. And so I filled my basket, and when I got up to her at the end, this is a solid one. I thought this would be really pretty with another one layered on top and maybe put on the cover of a journal. When I got to the end, I brought it up to her and I said, okay, I said, I'm scared. I had a really full basket. I said, I'm scared. Can you give me a price? And she said, I said, I may have to put some things back. And she said, oh no, there'll be no putting things back. And she said $24. And I was like, wow, that is the bargain of the century. I wish I had put more in my basket when she told me that. I have this one. And then I have this one. So just really, really pretty doilies. That's all the doilies I got. I got this Hong Kong tourist guide. I don't really know what I'll do with this. I may put it in my shop. I know that these vintage tourist guides people like to have, but I may also be able to use this on tags or send some in Happy Mail. It's kind of cool. It doesn't have a year on it, but you can tell that it's really, really dated. I got several cards and paper supplies. This is a little notebook. And then I got these postcards, vintage, attached in this little notebook. A little bit aged on the back, which is nice. These are great to throw into pockets. And then I got some smaller cards. I just went through and picked up some that I thought were vintage. None of them are written in, so I thought that would be a good addition to a journal as well. But they're definitely older cards and could have just a little touch here or there depending on the journal. You can always cut off the top if you don't want the sentiment on there, and then you can cover the inside if you don't like what it says there. So these were cute. I love this retro 70s vibe of this orange color. Got a couple of these. Thought these would be good. I'm working currently on a reading journal. I thought that would be cute in the reading journal. So I got a few of those. And then this is a postcard collection with different sayings. I don't know how old this is. I do think it's vintage. It is a Hallmark product, but it doesn't have a year on it. But I thought that they were real cute. So I can just pop those in, or I can cut out the center, use some dictionary page behind it, and then put some lace on it. That would be super cute in a pocket, sew around it. So these were super cute. It will be a good addition, I think. May not use them all. Some of them don't really appeal to me. The sentiments are cute on them as well. They all pertain to friends. So you can usually use those kind of things in your journals. But very usable without the sentiment, obviously. Got those. This, another repeat. This one I thought was super cute. That would be cute in a journal with children's books. I like to do a lot of children's books. Use the images from children's books. And then these kind of images go well with that. These are obviously vintage. They're very discolored on the back. Again, they lend themselves to where you could cut them down and just use the images. This little boy is cute. If I ever get around to doing a boy journal. And another one. And then my last two cards, I think, are the same. This cute little girl. And I just love the coloring on that. But that would also be great for Happy Mail as well. The sentiment from me to you. Very, very cute. So that's my cards that I got. I got this calendar, 1978 calendar. It is written in, but it still has the cutest little images in it. Those can be cut out. The calendar part can be used. Even if it's been written in, it depends on what it says. If it's too personal, then obviously I wouldn't use it. Some months aren't written in at all. But these images are just adorable that are in here. So anytime you see an old calendar, that's a great thing to grab. It looks good in your journals. I also got, this lady worked for the telephone company. I'm not sure which one, but she had a lot of things related to telephone directories and some billing records and things like that, but it didn't say a particular phone company, so I'm not sure who she worked for. But this is or where. There were some things related to Georgia and some that came from New York. This is a Buffalo telephone directory from March of 1975. And I just thought it was cool. I like the way that the area codes and locations are laid out, and then the people's phone numbers in the back. Of course, no area code. That's super old school. And then these numbers frequently called in the yellow pages I like as well. That's something a little bit different with the writing on it. Writing in the back, again, depending on what it says, I would feel comfortable using that. So I got that book. I got this book, The Bedding Plant Expert. I've never seen this book before. I always like to get books where I can cut out and use the images. Fussy cut those out and use those. So it does have a lot of regular images of flowers. They are front and back, so that's kind of not great. It's a little glossy, but it's not overly glossy. And also, I liked the aspect of these as well. It could be cut out, adding some collage to it, and it could be a long journal card. And I thought that would be pretty, depending on the journal as well. But there's some, you could go through and pick out whichever flower it is that you want for what you're working on. And then this little guide with the colors, I thought that was cute too, and that could be a cute addition. I don't tend to use these kind of flowers at the bottom, but I did see recently where someone used these and made like stamps or page edges, and I thought that was a good idea. So a lot of these images could be used for that purpose. So a cute book. Just flip through real quick and show you those images in case you're interested in this book. I've never seen it before. But anytime I see a book where I could fussy cut out flowers, I tend to pick them up as long as they're not too expensive, because I use a lot of those in my journals. And this is from, let's see if I can find the year in here. I do not, 1992. So 1992, The Bedding Expert by Dr. D.G. Hession. So that's the only other book that I got other than the telephone directory. I think that this lady, she had a lot of different crafting items, from sewing. She had so much thread. I didn't get any of that. To yarn. She had just everything. But I think at some point she must have been like us, because I found these fussy cuts and I thought that was so cool. These are stickers, very shiny. But these other items that were in this bag are just fussy cuts. And these are, I don't think they're stickers. They don't appear to have a sticky back, but you could just separate them and use them on your journals. I thought that was cool. And I love how these other things are already popped out or cut out. She may have bought them that way. Maybe she didn't cut them at all. But just a super cute little find. I could definitely use those in my journal. And then this bag. Oops, I didn't get everything out of here. We got even more. So we've got just more of the same. And then there's these bright colors as well. Those birds are so cute. And some gold. I love this. I love how matte that is. And then this bag's, there's still more in there. You can see it through it. Just a few more. Benjamin Franklin cut out of a magazine. Interesting. This bag could be used too. You can tell it's old. It says Craig's Limited. Calendar sent with compliments of Craig's Limited. Calendar on Royal Crown Derby Fine Bone China. This is from Hong Kong. This lady had visited, or was from, I don't know. She had a lot of things in her house from Singapore, Hong Kong, that area. So she definitely either knew someone there or went there. So I could use this bag in my journals as well. So I thought that was good. Move some of this stuff out of my way. A couple more card related things I just found here. A couple postcards. Thought that was nice. I love how long it is. That would look good in a journal. And then I was telling you about these, her connection, be as it was. She has some New Year's cards, no year, but from this gentleman in Hong Kong. I assume it's a gentleman, it's a company. Sorry, my dog decided to bark. But there's a couple different season's greetings and Happy New Year cards. I just love the colors. They're so vibrant on these cards. I don't really know what I would use them for, but just added them to my basket. There's these American Handicraft images. I'm guessing they were purchased individually. They have a price. This says 35 cents. It does not have a year. These are both the same. And then there was this clown one that I loved. I would love to do clown journal and put that in there. Or maybe even on the cover. He's so cute. Got those. I got these two magazines. These are from 1949. Crinoline Lady in Crochet. This is by Clark's J.P. Coates. I didn't love the magazine. I love it says 10 cents. I could definitely use that cover. There are some images in here, but for the most part, it's just text that I didn't find very appealing. There are some patterns, some other images that are usable in here as well, but it's a lot of instruction on how to make the images. But I love that the image is on the front and the back. How great is that? So you could get two for the price of one. And that 10 cents marking as well is also on the reverse. The other one is the Big Top in Crochet. 10 cents. Big Top in Crochet, 10 cents. Love that. Could use this with the clown that I showed you earlier. And this book is from 1952. And this has some things in here related to the circus. So I wouldn't probably use a lot of these things. Maybe the text and some collage, but loved the covers. Okay, I got this notebook. The natural aging on it is really nice. It's a very thin, it says cockle finish, 60 sheets. It doesn't say what kind of paper it is, but it's almost like a, it's like a rice paper or something of that nature. Very, very thin, almost has a linen feel to it. So I got that. I'm gonna save these. That was my find of the day. These were thrown in the reproductions of the Constitution and something else. Address delivered at the dedication of the Cemetery of Gettysburg. But this paper is so fantastic. So I could definitely use that in some journals. Love it. The crinkle sound as well. Love that. I got this book. It's missing the cover, so I don't really know what it was entitled. But it has all of these, I'm guessing, transfers maybe. Again, the directions are missing. But they're so cute. I could definitely use these on tags and in journals. Just really, really fun, great images. You can use a page, fold it in half, depending on how your journal is. Super cute. Got that. Gotta move stuff out of the way. I got some wrapping paper, lots of vintage wrapping paper. Before I get to that, I'm gonna show you these Christmas tags I picked up. Vintage Christmas tags. I can use these in my Gold Circle. I think that was a Target brand, if I'm not mistaken. $1.49. Does have a barcode, so it's not super duper old, but you can tell they're definitely vintage. Love this one. Can use that on a tag in my Christmas journals. I got a couple of brown folders. Just saw them when I was milling about. Picked them up. Really good weight. So I can use these in the construction of journals. I got these two Hallmark bags. They're tall, but I love Precious Moments. It's one of my most favorite things. I'm sorry, yes, two. I do have two. It's one of my most favorite things. I have a Precious Moments book and I want to make a journal. There is a treasure in here. It's a receipt, but it doesn't have a date. But very aged. I could definitely use that in a journal and will. So these Hallmark bags, they're cool and they can be used depending on the size of the journal. I am going to make some bigger journals, but they're front and back. So you could cut out the image if you wanted to and add it on to something else. 2 for 1. I got 2 of those. I got this paper. Ta-da! Who remembers Dot Matrix? It's a very aged. This is pink. It's a light pink. Whole pack. And it's thicker feel, so this will be great in journals. I got as many colors as I could find. There was pink. I got purple. Stack of that. Yellow. Blue. This kind of grayish, bluish. Oh, there's only one of that. These are marbled looking. Another, oh, this is a small stack, so it looks like we're getting a couple little stacks. Some various colors of this marble look. Blue, off-white, more of a brownish color, tan. And then we get into a larger stack. Tan, that brownish off-white color. A light brown. And then a craft color. So I thought that was a super great find, and I love that I got it in so many different colors. We'll be using that in my journals very soon. All right, we're getting there. I got 2 huge magazines here. I don't really know if you call these magazines. This says the 70s Fine Art Prints for Decoupage. The cover's been removed. And I didn't see 1973. What's unique about this is that it has different prints on the page. You cut them out, gives you directions on how you can use it, big and small, and then it has a black and white on the reverse page that can be used as well. Some have been cut out and used, but there's still lots of images in here. These big ones, they measure pretty large, so I don't know if I would be able to really utilize those in my journals, but I could definitely use a portion of them. They're 12 by almost 10, so that's pretty big. They are matte, which is nice. It'd be great for a food journal, kitchen journal. I want to do cooking journal. Just all kind of images. I love that they're not all the same. Different variety of subjects. The butterflies are super cute. I won't use this one in a journal. The vintage, the cars. I want to do an automobile or a transportation journal as well. So got that. Love this. And I'm going to tell you, I've never seen anything like this. So this is a masterpiece in paper. This is from 1974. And the unique thing about this book is it's made to cut down. This one's already been cut, so we'll just use this one. These are the same exact image, and the directions as I was reading them as I was there say to cut what's in the foreground, cut what's in the background, and then you layer the paper, and it gives it a layered effect. So you get 4 images of the same image. Oops, sorry y'all, these are not the same image. But you get 4, she must have used 2 of those, of the same image on each page. So it's all the same. So I thought that was so cool. 2 here, and then you flip the page, 2 more. Again, a variety of subjects, which is nice. 2 on that page. And then 2 more on that page. The owls, mushrooms, butterflies. We have butterflies on the next page because we have them on this page. Nope. Oh, I'm sorry. 4 butterflies over there. And then 4 pages of the violets. And that ends the book. And then you could also cut out in the back if you wanted to on a smaller scale and use these as well. So got that. The vintage gift wrap. I got, this one has a barcode. It's not super old, but I love the red and white. I can use that at Christmas. This is tissue paper, and the gold is so pretty in it. This will be good on winter or Christmas journals. Really, really pretty. A few sheets of that, and it's a little bit thicker than it seems like our tissue paper is nowadays. It's the only tissue paper I got. I got this floral craft ensemble that comes with tissue paper, a couple little bags. The gingham is adorable. Flowers. Came with tags. And then this wrapping paper is craft wrapping paper, and I love it. It's going to be great in journals. It's thick, it's pretty, the print is adorable, and I got 2. Most has been used from one of these, but it has a full sheet of the other one. And then some raffia ribbon as well. Got that. I got this bag. I loved the print. And this, you could take some vintage photo You would crinkle this up and rub it over, and it would just give it a super nice aged effect. It already has some aging, but that would make it even better. Sealed at the bottom, but we could cut that open to make it a pocket. This wrapping paper. This is my Christmas wrapping paper. It was just a little assortment. Definitely vintage. Got some Drummer Boys. And then I've got some. And this is only 2, it looks like. Drummer Boys, and then the sleigh, and this wreath, and partridge, and candles. These would be great cut up and used on tags. Got this. I don't really make a lot of baby journals, but I just thought this was so cute, and I could use that on tags. A lot of pieces. This has more of the Singapore vibe. It has the gold in it. This is just really, really pretty. The birds with the flowers, super matte. Be great in a journal. Back to the 70s vibe, that orange color. Birthday paper. It looks like it's never been used. This has a little shine to it, but I really like the yellow color. It's pretty. We've got, look at this. 70 journal is calling my name with all of this yellow, green, and orange. I thought that was so cute. Little dogs. The strawberries in the green. Love that in a summer journal. Couple sheets of that. But they're cut, which is fine. Very small piece of this, but I couldn't leave it behind. I just thought it was so adorable. So many different things going on there. Some flour, again, a small piece, super aged. Some of this black with flowers. A little bit more of that I showed you earlier, the matte. Nice there. Then I got this sheet of flour and this sheet of flour with butterflies. These are shiny. They're still usable. And then this is matte. Or craft type paper. Be great in a food journal. So got those. And then last but not least, I got these. I couldn't believe it when I ran across these. These are Buffalo Public Schools monthly reports from 1955 and 1957. Oh, I love these. I'm doing some teacher journals, and I thought these would be so great in there. Just so historic and nostalgic. So yeah, I got those. Love them. Thank y'all for coming along for my first video. I appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoyed my $24 estate hauls and that you'll join me next time. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.